And how the land is used is not just a modern-day phenomenon. It was going on hundreds of years ago, and the clues can still be seen today in the names of the villages around here: Penshurst, Ashurst, Frittenden. Hurst is the Anglo-Saxon word for wood, and den means a clearing in the trees. No matter where you find these names, you can be sure that at one time the country was densely wooded. I'm on my way to one particular den. It's called Biddenden, and H.V. Morton thought it was well worth a visit. He described it as an example of a fine Kentish village. When Morton came to Biddenden 70 years ago, he was keen to get his hands on a local baker's speciality. It's something that round here is closely associated with Easter. They're called Biddenden cakes, and you can still pick one up today.
The Biddenden cakes, which are really more of biscuits, they are handed out every Easter Sunday from this window behind us, and that's the old workhouse. They used to be handed out to the poor people of the village, and now it's the older people of the village.
Now tell me what's embossed on the front of the cake, because that's really important to the village, isn't it?
That's Eliza and Mary Chalkhurst, the Biddenden maids, and they were born in the year 1100, joined at the shoulder and hip. But they bequeathed some land to the village, and they left it to the church wardens to take rent from the land to hand out bread, cheese and these biscuits every Easter, and that's been carried on ever since.
Eric, you've lived in the village 80 years, all your life.
Yeah.
Biddenden has been your life in many ways.
It has, yeah.
Do you agree with this idea that tradition matters here more than it does in other places?
Oh well, this is unique really, and it's a wonderful tradition to keep up.
It's these traditions that give Biddenden a sense of community and harmony. But what about the newcomers to the village who've moved here from the cities to follow their dreams of escaping and living in an ideal rural idyll? How does the village welcome them? Do you feel you've quickly become a part of the community because there's such a community vibe in this village?
There's definitely a very strong community vibe, and I think that's been really helpful. And I think with all the mother and toddler groups, my son is running around here somewhere, he's really helped that integration as well. So yeah, it's very family orientated, low levels of crime, and it's really a nice place to live.
But does village life suit everybody? Is it too quiet for the teenagers who live here? Lucy is 13, and I'm curious to know what she thinks of village life. So Lucy, what's it like being a 13-year-old growing up in a pretty little Kentish village?
It's nice, but sometimes it does get tedious after a while.
Particularly for a teenager?
Yeah, like in the holidays, there's not really much to do apart from like go to the fields and things.
While it might not be the most exciting place on earth for a 13-year-old, it's exactly this peace and quiet that attracts most people to these villages, all searching for a more tranquil life.